Hurricane Melissa is approaching Jamaica right now, and millions of people across the Caribbean are preparing for a dangerous storm. This is not a drill. This is an active hurricane threat. And if you're in Jamaica or anywhere in the potential path of this storm, you need to understand what's coming, how strong it is, and what you need to do right now to stay safe. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about Hurricane Melissa, where it is, where it's going, how powerful it could get, and most importantly, how to prepare. Because when a hurricane is approaching, the time to act is before it arrives. Not during, not after, before. Let's start with the current situation. Hurricane Melissa is currently a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale with sustained winds exceeding 110 miles per hour. The storm is moving northwest through the Caribbean Sea, and according to the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center, Jamaica is directly in the projected path. Hurricane warnings have been issued for Jamaica and surrounding areas. That means hurricane conditions are expected within the next 36 hours. This is the highest level of alert. It means the threat is imminent, and it means you need to complete all preparations immediately. The forecast track shows Hurricane Melissa approaching Jamaica from the southeast. The exact landfall location is still uncertain. Hurricanes don't follow precise paths. There's what forecasters call a cone of uncertainty. That cone shows the range of possible tracks based on current data and atmospheric conditions. Right now, the entire island of Jamaica is within that cone. That means anywhere in Jamaica could experience the worst of the storm. Whether you're in Kingston, Montego Bay, Ocho, Rios, or anywhere else on the island, you are at risk. Do not assume the storm will miss you. Plan as if it will hit you directly. Hurricane Melissa is expected to maintain or possibly strengthen before reaching Jamaica. Warm Caribbean waters provide fuel for hurricanes, and right now, sea surface temperatures are exceptionally warm. That means the storm has plenty of energy to intensify. Some forecast models show Melissa potentially reaching Category 4 status before landfall. That would mean sustained winds of 130 miles per hour or higher. That's catastrophic wind damage. But even if the storm weakens slightly before arrival, a Category 3 hurricane is still extremely dangerous. The difference between Category 3 and Category 4 matters for structural engineering calculations, but for most people, both mean devastation. Let's talk about the threats. Hurricanes kill in multiple ways, and understanding each threat is critical to survival. The first and most deadly threat is storm surge. Storm surge is the abnormal rise in sea level caused by the storm pushing water toward the coast. It's like a wall of water that can be 10, 15, or even 20 feet high. Storm surge is the #1 killer in hurricanes. More people die from drowning in storm surge than from any other hurricane effect. If you live in a coastal area of Jamaica, especially low-lying areas near the beach, you are in extreme danger from storm surge. When authorities order evacuations, they're trying to save your life from storm surge. If you stay, you will likely drown. The second major threat is rainfall and flooding. Hurricanes dump enormous amounts of rain. Hurricane Melissa is expected to bring 15 to 25 inches of rain to Jamaica. Some areas could see even more. That amount of rain in a short period causes catastrophic flooding. Rivers overflow, streets become rivers, and landslides occur on steep terrain. Jamaica's mountainous interior is particularly vulnerable to landslides. Entire hillsides can collapse, homes can be buried, roads can be washed away. If you live in a flood-prone area or on a steep hillside, you need to evacuate to higher, safer ground. The third threat is wind. Category 3, hurricane winds can destroy poorly constructed buildings. Roofs will be torn off, windows will shatter, trees will be uprooted and become projectiles. Power lines will come down, and anything not secured will become airborne debris. Even well-constructed buildings will suffer damage. The question is not whether there will be damage. The question is how much, and whether your home will remain structurally sound enough to protect you. If your home is old, poorly maintained, or not built to hurricane standards, it may not survive. You need to consider whether staying is safe or whether evacuating to a stronger structure is necessary. The fourth threat is tornadoes. Hurricanes spawn tornadoes, usually in the outer rain bands. These tornadoes add another layer of danger. They can strike with little warning, and while they're typically weaker than Great Plains tornadoes, they're still deadly in a storm environment where people are already sheltering from hurricane conditions. There's not much you can do about tornadoes during a hurricane, except stay in the strongest part of your shelter, away from windows, and hope for the best. So what do you need to do right now? If you haven't already prepared, start immediately. First, if you're in an evacuation zone, evacuate. Do not wait. Do not think you'll ride it out. Evacuation orders are issued because authorities know people will die if they stay. Your home can be rebuilt. Your life cannot. If you have family or friends in safer areas inland, go there. If not, go to a designated emergency shelter. Bring your identification, important documents, medications, and enough supplies for several days, but go. If you're not in an evacuation zone but you're staying in Jamaica, here's what you need. Water. At least 1 gallon per person per day for a minimum of 7 days. That's 7 gallons per person. Municipal water systems often fail during hurricanes. Pumps lose power. Pipes break. Water becomes contaminated. You cannot assume you'll have clean drinking water after the storm. Store water now. Fill every available container. Fill your bathtub. Fill sinks. Fill pots. If the water stops, you'll be glad you did. Food. Non-perishable food that doesn't require cooking. Canned goods. Crackers. Peanut butter. Dried fruit. Energy bars. Enough for 7 days minimum. Power will likely be out for days or weeks after the storm. You won't be able to refrigerate food. You may not be able to cook. Plan accordingly. And don't forget a manual can opener. Electric can openers won't work without power. Medications. If you or anyone in your household takes prescription medications, make sure you have at least a 2-week supply. Pharmacies may be closed or destroyed. Resupply may be impossible for days or weeks. If you have life-critical medications like insulin, heart medications, or asthma inhalers, having extra could save your life. First aid supplies. Bandages, antiseptic, pain relievers, antibiotic ointment, and any other medical supplies you might need. Injuries are common during and after hurricanes. Cuts from debris, falls, accidents while cleaning up. You need to be able to treat minor injuries because hospitals will be overwhelmed with major trauma cases. Light sources, flashlights and batteries. Lots of batteries. Power will be out. It could be out for weeks. Do not rely on candles. Candles cause fires, and fire departments may not be able to respond during the storm. LED flashlights and lanterns are safer and last longer. Also consider a hand crank or battery-powered radio. You'll need to hear weather updates and emergency information. Cash. ATMs won't work without power. Credit card machines won't work. After the storm, if stores reopen, they'll likely only accept cash. Have enough cash on hand to buy supplies if needed. Small bills are better. Change may be hard to come by. Important documents. Put birth certificates, passports, insurance papers, property deeds, medical records, and any other important documents in a waterproof container. If your home is damaged or destroyed, you'll need these documents to file insurance claims, prove identity, and access services. Secure your property. Bring outdoor furniture, decorations, and anything else that could become projectiles inside. Board up windows if possible. Plywood or storm shutters can prevent windows from shattering. If you don't have boards, close shutters and curtains and stay away from windows. Trim trees and branches that could fall on your home. Secure your roof if possible. And if you have a generator, make sure it's in working order and you have plenty of fuel. But never run a generator indoors. Carbon monoxide kills. Fill your vehicle's gas tank. Gas stations will be closed after the storm. And fuel resupply could take days. If you need to evacuate suddenly, or if you need to drive somewhere after the storm, you'll need a full tank. Charge all electronic devices, phones, tablets, laptops, power banks. Charge everything fully before the storm hits. You may not have power to charge them again for days or weeks, and your phone may be your only link to emergency services and information. Know where you'll shelter during the storm. The safest place in a home during a hurricane is an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. Bathrooms are often good choices because the plumbing provides extra structural support. Closets work too. Stay away from exterior walls and windows. If your home has multiple floors, do not go to the upper floors during the storm. Wind is stronger higher up. And if the roof fails, you don't want to be near it. Stay informed. Monitor the National Hurricane Center, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, and local emergency management. They will provide updates on the storm's track, intensity, and timing. And they will issue warnings and evacuation orders. Follow their instructions. Do not rely on social media rumors. Stick to official sources. After the storm passes, do not go outside immediately. The eye of the hurricane may pass over Jamaica. If it does, there will be a calm period. The wind will stop. The sun may even come out. But this is not the end of the storm. It's the middle. The other side of the eye wall will hit shortly after, and the winds will be just as strong, but from the opposite direction. People have died because they went outside during the eye thinking the storm was over. Stay inside until authorities say it's safe. When you do go outside after the storm, be extremely careful. Downed power lines may still be live. Avoid standing water. It may be deeper than it looks, and it may be contaminated with sewage or chemicals. Watch for unstable structures, fallen trees, and debris. Take photos of damage to your property for insurance claims, but do not enter damaged buildings until they've been inspected. They may collapse. Hurricane Melissa is a serious threat to Jamaica. This is not a storm to take lightly. Category 3 hurricanes cause devastating damage. People die. Communities are destroyed, and recovery takes months or years. But deaths can be prevented if people prepare properly, if people evacuate when ordered, and if people take this threat seriously. Do not wait until the storm is on top of you to act. Do it now, right now, because the time to prepare is running out. Subscribe to this channel for continued coverage of Hurricane Melissa and other disaster threats. Share this video with anyone in Jamaica or the Caribbean who needs to see it. And stay safe. Because this storm is real, the danger is real, and the time to prepare is now.